So
Right.
all of that happened, whatever. I feel like I kind of got hit down, but I was like, got to keep the energy up for the team. And the first thing that I did was an overhaul on my training system, which I switched it at the beginning or end of 2017, beginning of 2018 to what we call the Coach University. And so instead of all these training groups or really lavish trainings, it was 6. And the reason why I went with 6 was because when one of the questions I asked myself is, how did I get started as a coach? I started in 2011, so it's way back when we didn't have any trainings in our coach office. But what we did have was Doug Fitzgerald had a training site that he doesn't have anymore. And the things that we covered were, what is Emerald? Literally 50 active, or 50 PB on your right leg, 50 PB on your left leg. You need to be active. Like, it was so basic, but it just said, this is how you get to Emerald. Another training was, this is how you get to Diamond. This is how you earn Success Club. This is how you don't puke on people. And this is how you earn income. That was it. There wasn't how to do those things. It was the training, something you'd find in a policies and procedures, basically. So when I watched that, all I knew was, okay, I need to earn Success Club. I need to find people to get to Emerald. I need to find people to get to Diamond. And don't puke on people, which I really did horrible on that training and puked on people. Anyways, so I looked back and I was like, if I started with 5 trainings and rocked this business and just figured it out, I'm giving my coaches way too much. They're becoming so overwhelmed that they never even get to that point. So I created this Coach University. It's pretty simple. I mean, they're each 40-minute trainings. We did it with a Zoom that cuts you off so that they couldn't go longer than 40 minutes. And then we put a list of action items afterwards, because the other thing I found was coaches would finish a training and be like, that's cool, I'm so motivated. Okay, like, what's next? And so giving them an assignment, like a step-by-step assignment. So we did that with each of the trainings as well. Now, what I will say is when I created these trainings at the end of 2017, I only had one person, because I did them live to then record them and give them to everyone going forward. I had one coach show up to all 6 weeks, just one. And she was one of my new diamonds in 2018. For the elite requirement, I only had 2. The other one quit. She never did the training. She counted for my elite points. I'm not worried about it. But that other one rocked out the training. So I knew the training worked, but I also knew that most people weren't getting through even that, right? So the ones that were hungry were going through the training. I love it. It works. I can tell that. But I still was having a really hard time in 2018. How do I get people to finish the training? So for me, the big shift, there were 2 shifts. One was I did an overhaul, so there's not a ton of trainings. But there still need to be tweaks. And when I was at leadership this year, Ashley Molstead was on stage and she shared that when her coaches get started and whatever, she sends them a text and they text her back, then she says, and I can read it word for word, something about basically, now you need to get 3 people started like you did. Does that sound good? Are you in? Like, super simple. I can give you the exact thing. Let me pull it up. I'll pull it up in a second at the end. But that's all I did. So the emails that I send my new coaches, I have an About You email that I took from Janelle Summers. She probably has changed it since, but I've kept it the same. It's 7 questions, and it just asks about their goals. And when a coach completes that, I email them, Ashley Mold says, your next goal, your first goal as a coach is to complete week 1 of our Coach University and to get 3 new people started just like you did. Does that sound good? You in. That's it. That one tweak, because I send them another email that goes through and has like the business tracker and the Coach University and scheduling their Get Started Right call with me. And most will finish week 1 of the university and schedule their call, but some of them still don't even get that far. Some of them don't, at all, but they fill out the About You. So I was like, this is so great. If they're filling out the About You, I know that they're committed enough. Some of them don't even open the About you, by the way. And then I know that they're not going to go anywhere, because if they can't even answer questions about their goals, we got problems.
Yeah.
Like, they're not hungry enough. So that one little blurb changed it all. And now I've been focusing on, your goal is to get 3 new people started. Your goal is to get 3 new people started. And then once I get on the Getting Started Right call, I cover success starters and earning their free ticket to Summit. That's it. So basic. I don't tell them how to get those 3 people. I say it's best to start with friends and family in the blurb. They're going to go find the training and figure it out. And I realized, and I don't know if you guys all feel the same way, maybe you guys had an incredible training system, but for me, I had nothing. I mean, even now, the coaches that are up in my upline have all, like, they're all doing other things. They're not around. They weren't around when I started to begin with, but I didn't have anything, but I was empowered to figure it out. And I feel like when we give them too much, they're overwhelmed. When we give them little, they're more empowered, and they'll ask you more questions, and then you know what direction to take that. Does that help? So it's really that simple. And I'll send you the blurb. And then if they respond back and they say yes, that they're in, I respond back and give them like a 2-sentence script. It's basically like, I'm diving in with my goals, like send a transformation photo. I'm diving in with my goals. I'm so excited about it. Are you ready? I'm excited, but I'm nervous. Would you want to join me? That's it. And honestly, most of them do not even respond back to me and say yes, that they're in. And they don't have inviting scripts, but they just go out and start inviting. And I think before it was just too much. There's just too much information.
I love how you put that. I'm excited and nervous. Want to join me? That like takes so much pressure off of them. Like, it's so simple.
Yeah.
And you say this has worked well because it's given them like a quick win. And so then they want to move forward from that.
Mm-hmm. And I seriously struggled with Success Club. I was someone that could have 10 to 15 people earning Success Club. And in 2018, like, we're talking new coaches. In 2018, I was struggling just to get 2 or 3 new coaches hitting Success Club every month. And it was just these little tweaks, because now people, they might not go through the Coach University, but they're hungry. And if someone's hungry, I can work with hungry. They don't have to do the training. But if somebody is like me, who wants to go through and absorb all the training, like my coach Lauren, who was at every single live Coach University, they're going to go through that Coach University and they're going to rock it, because the training's all there for them. It sets up, like, I even go through how to launch a challenge group, how to set up an event on Facebook, how to post to it, how to reach out. But the other thing I don't want to do, and I know I see a lot of coaches training, and this is just personal preference. It doesn't mean that it's not going to work for other teams. But I don't teach my coaches, oh, you need to do Instagram, you need to do Facebook, because I have coaches that build in person who don't do social media at all. Mm-hmm. And I have an Instagram. I don't build on Instagram. And so I do have a very different view from a lot of what the network has, as far as, I don't believe there's one way to do this. There's so many different ways to network, and I don't want to put just one way on them. And so, like, I had to get into the right call with a girl yesterday. She'd done week 1 of the Coach University, and the first thing she said to me was, Kristi, I don't want to build this on social media. Maybe I can't do this. And I said, yes, you can. I have coaches that do it in person. If you really want to do this and you're hungry, let's not use social media. Let's do it in a way that's authentic to you. You want to network in person. Let's come up with ideas for that. So she wasn't shutting down. She was able to open up and tell me, because I wasn't giving her like, you need to post X amount of times on social media. Yes, we cover, a little bit social media in the training, but not in depth, because when they're getting started, they need that surface. They'll go into the in-depth stuff. And I think over the years, what happened was, we are so experienced. We want to give them all of that experience, but we have to allow them to build that experience on their own to empower them. Does that help? And if you guys have any questions, ask them. I'm gonna pull up those the little things that I
love what you said. Let them build their own experience. We have all this experience. We want to give it to them. And that's so true, but we earned it. We got it. Like, we had to earn those stripes. Like, let them do it too. We don't have to give them all of our experience.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's what I looked back at all of the coaches I have that are, 1-star and 2-star and 5-star. And I'm like, what was different?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't, even if I did give them a training, most of them didn't do it. A few of them did and went all the way through it and did everything to a T and got great results, but a lot of them didn't. And we just kept trying to throw more training at all the new coaches, trying to see what would stick. And so the 3 questions that I asked myself that kind of helped me to tweak things as I was going was, how did I start, right? What does a new coach need? They really just need a goal. Because yes, helping 3 people or earning Success Club or getting their free summit ticket, that isn't their vision for their life. So they need 2 things. They need, 1, a goal that they understand helps get them to their vision, and they need us to build that vision and belief for them. So I continue to ask them, and have them share on different trainings and things like, what's your goal? What's your vision? Why are you doing this? But I also build them up with every win. If they invite 10 people, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're such a rock star. You're diving in. You don't understand how incredible this is. To the point that it might seem overkill, but people just start comparing themselves and don't see that they're successful, right? If a coach is inviting, I'm like, you're a rock star. You're going to go where you can take this to 15-star diamond coach because you're inviting, right? And so getting excited with them about those little things too, I think was a big thing. The other thing though, that was really tough for me that I realized that I also think was a big thing with my energy is because I was knocked off, right? And had those people leave. I was like, this is happening for me, but I don't know why. And I realized that I had lost a bigger vision for my life. I was thinking, yeah, I want to get to 7 figures a year. I'm close, but I'm not there. I want to get to 7 figures a year. Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income. But I didn't actually believe it because in 2018, that was the first time that my income had gone down. Not a lot, not complaining. We still earned an incredible income. It didn't drop that much, but it didn't go up. And that was the first year that it happened. And so to be able to have a big vision for your life while things are going down, and that came through in the way that I spoke to my team. So I had to get back to finding that bigger vision for my business. And what really, I kept telling my husband, I'm like, I know that our income isn't going to be as high this year. It's going to be, or it's just going to go down a little bit. But, I really think we're building such incredible influencers and leaders. I can really see people rising up, but it's just not showing in our income yet. And I went to GoPro, Eric Worre's event in December. And I already had my bigger vision for my life by then, and things were going good. But something that he shared was the goal in your business is influencer growth. And there are 5 different things that make up an influencer. I'll just go through them briefly. 1, the person's independent. 2, they're solution focused. So when you get those coaches that are like, this is what's going on in my life, and you're just like, oh, please, I don't even want to open the message. But then you have those coaches that have the same problems, but they come to you with this is my problem. What would you suggest? Do you have any ideas? So it's solution focused, right? So your influencers are going to be independent. They're going to be solution focused. They're going to be consistent. They're going to create action where action wouldn't be happening. So, the flash sales, things like that. They just jump on board. They want to create action where there's not action. And then 5, big vision. And something he said was, fit this criteria. Do you fit this criteria? And when he said that, that was huge for me because I was like, that is why I lacked influence with my team in 2018. That's why I lacked influence with my new coaches. That's why I didn't have new coaches earning Success Club, was because I didn't have a bigger vision for myself. So I wasn't projecting that bigger vision, which people feed off of that. When you go out there, after that event, he went through and he was asking the people that earn 8 figures, let that sink in, 8 figures a year. He was asking those people, how many influencers do you have on your team? And he said, on average, people that are earning 8 figures a year have 25 influencers on their team. And when he said that, my vision for my life went from, oh, Beachbody hasn't been around that long. Like, a lot of these people he's asking that have been in their company for 25 years. My vision is to be an 8-figure income earner. And like that, my energy leveled up even again. Like, my influence with my team leveled up. Just in December, I had so many new coaches earning Success Club. December is a month when you would think it would be like hard to get new coaches to earn Success Club, but my vision just became that much stronger. So my influence with my team became that much stronger. Second. The other thing he said that was really helpful for me was your income can be going down while your influencer growth on your team is going up. Because what happens is, so every momentum, every time we have momentum in our business, life, whatever it is, like, there's always going to be a challenge. 100% of the time when you're in momentum, you will have a challenge 100% of the time. If you're in momentum, just get ready. A challenge is going to come. I have been in momentum for way long. And so it was about time for a challenge to come, and it knocked me off, but it was great because I learned so much. But he said, when you're in momentum, your income oftentimes is increasing, but your influencer growth might not be increasing. So like, here's your influencer growth income, and then here's your momentum income. And then all of a sudden your momentum decreases and will decrease, and your income will go back to your influencer growth. So the fact that my income only decreased a little bit was because I had a huge bedrock of influencer growth. So it decreased because I was still in momentum. But momentum is not bad. It just buys you time to create more influencers. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And like, when I heard that, I was like, yay, my income went down so that it could get to the influencer growth. And now I just have to create some more momentum, which the company's done a really good job of doing that for us with, all the new things, like the new launches, the new launch formulas, Transform 20, so every time we have these new programs rolling out, that allows us to get some income that's not really like long-term sustainable income, but it's momentum income. It's real paycheck. Take it. But don't be upset if your income goes back down. That's just part of getting that income to that influencer growth. And when I knew that, but I just didn't know how to explain it to my team. And now that I know how to explain it, that's something that I set them up for. Is like, if you are in momentum right now, your income is going to be increasing, and that's buying you time to create more influencers. Awesome. That's all I have.
I just thank you for taking the time to do this. I so appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, it was such a tough thing, and I feel like it took me like a year to figure out. So if I can shorten the time frame for anybody.
That's what I always say to my new coaches. I'm like, learn from my first 2.5 years of mistakes, and I'm doing you a huge favor. So right. Thank you so much. I really
appreciate it. I have a question too,
oh,
if you
sorry.
Real quick, Kristi. You gave us the topics that, summer's waking up. Okay, you gave us the topics, but I don't know if those were yours, the how to get to diamond, how to get to emerald, how to hit SC, how to not puke on people.
No, those are not mine.
Those are not yours. Okay.
No, so I'll send you here.
Send it to us? Okay, perfect.
I'll just send you the training. And it's the training, what I did is it's actually based on Melange Jensen's training.
Okay.
She had like a 30-day training for her team, and I was like, okay, I want to go through it. And I took it and put it down into 6 40-minute trainings, basically. And I'm just pulling up.
I'm listening. I'll do it. Go ahead.
Let me see. Coach University. And it's just all I have is a little Google document. So it's not a ton of training. It's not overwhelming. There you go. Now the one thing I do, because like I said, a lot of people won't do this training, is we implemented the Emerald in 24 hours training. I don't know if you guys have seen that going around. I think Ashley Wolfstead created that as well. So I started doing that with my team, just doing a quick little 30-minute Emerald in 24 hours, once a month, and inviting people to join that and getting them really focused on Emerald. And I can send a
Do you have
report.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. I love that too. I've always loved that. I think it's a sense of urgency and simple and to the point.
Yes. Let's see. 24 hours to Emerald. Here it is.
We get it started.
Oh,
Awesome.
sorry.
I am so excited, you guys. Let me pull.
Okay. Just grabbing it from you.
Kristi, are you going to be at Sacramento Super Saturday?
I'm not. There's a little one in Reno, and the poor girl is trying to get started, and she's like, "Will you speak?" And I'm like,
Aww.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Okay, awesome.
Okay, and then I will give me 1 second, and I'll pull up the little message that I pop over to them. Okay, so usually what I do is I do send a couple sentences beforehand, letting them know that like I read through there about you and that their goals are attainable. So that's the first little blurb when they respond.
Yeah.
Let me pull up the screen share. Everyone can see.
Sorry, I'm not sure what's playing.
I think that was me.
Oh.
I clicked on your YouTube.
I was like, was that? I think that was mine. Okay, let me send the, here you go. The little like blurb that I send. Okay. The one that I just sent you guys, I copied it from a guy, so it was hey dude.
I love it.
I have a lot of male coaches. Oh, of course. I always take things, like I'm just a really good thief, honestly. I take whatever other people are doing that's working, I take it, tweak it, make it for
Your
make
team.
it work for me.
Yeah.
And so I swear everything I do is just like a compilation of every other coach's stuff.
Well, I think that's one thing I love about as coaches is that people are so willing to share what is working for them. So
Yeah. I know. I wouldn't want to do that all by myself.
I'm going to start using dude, even though they're girls.
I do.
I know, I do too, actually. I'll say dude a lot.
Okay, because I'm not like the hey love or the hey hun or whatever. I'm like, I can't do that. I know it works for some people, but I'm just going to do dude. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Does anyone else have any questions?
Thank you, Kristi. You
Yes,
were
thank
always
you,
so
Kristi.
willing to share.
Oh, of
I will
course.
never forget what you told me on the plane ride coming back from Summit when you're like, I lost all 5 of my diamonds and I built it back up. And every time I lose anyone, I'm like, Kristi Kronser did too.
You shared that with me. I remember you telling me that, Z.
Yeah. And it got me so fired up when I first lost my first diamond. I was like, if she can do it, I can do it.
Oh, and it's like the people that got you to 5-star aren't going to get you to 15-star.
Yeah.
And then even when you get to 15-star, no one talks about it enough, but I don't know many people that don't fall out. Even if they have a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, business center. I'm 10-star. I haven't been 15-star in I don't know how long.
Yeah, it just helped. We should talk about it more because I think that business for it, and so I didn't freak out when it happened. Yeah, but thank you.
Yeah.
You were always so willing
Thank
to
you.
do, and I
So appreciate it.
all of
of
it.
course.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah,
enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, let me know if you guys have any more questions.
Okay, thank you. Bye, guys.